to DevOps trainings. I'm sharing my screen. So can anyone please confirm from online? My screen and my voice is clear. Hi, good morning, Kashish. Thanks, Richa. Okay. Good morning, Manikanta, Sanjay. Hi, Ahmad, Imran. Definitely, Imran. I'm going to cover Ansible and Kubernetes also. I will spend more time with Kubernetes. It's a very important tool. Good morning I'm from US. I waited so long time. Thank you so much, Nishant. Good morning, Vijay. Okay, guys. So before that, so today I'm going to discuss about virtualization. This concept is very, very important. Yeah, I'm fine, Vidyasagar. He's from AWS? No? Okay. Okay, guys. Virtualization. So this concept is very, very important before understanding to AWS Cloud. Okay. So yesterday we have already discussed physical server, how it will work, what are the challenges from the physical server, okay, the costing, managing, operations, capital cost, everything is related to burden for physical server. But coming to virtualization, okay, there is some relaxation, okay, from the on-prem, especially on-premises physical server with the virtualization. Okay, so virtualization is nothing but, guys, let's suppose this is physical server. I'm just writing here. In physical server, as we know, three components. So one is for application, OS, hardware. Okay, we know this process. Guys, tell me one thing to you, one thing to me. This is OS is we know the flavors, different types of operating system we know. Windows, Linux, Mac OS. Okay, examples. I'm just writing here. Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Okay. So if you install, please, if you created a one server with operating system of Windows, okay, will it, this application, will it support for example, application will support Linux instance only. This application will support for Windows operating system? No, right? So Windows operating system will support Windows applications only. Linux operating system will support Linux applications only. Like in our regular ways, if you use the Apple mobile, few tools not support. The reason is Mac OS will not support. Same thing vice versa. Linux also. So based on the operating system only, the application will work. So we know operating system is the interface between user and computer. Okay. Here my OS is Windows. I can support applications like Windows based applications only. Let's suppose, but I got a project to implement Linux application. So I cannot give this approach to implement my application on my Windows OS. Definitely, I can create one more server. I can build one more server at this time. Definitely, again, I should build one server. I will provide Linux OS here and hardware. Okay, and hardware here. So here Linux application. There is no any option in physical servers. Okay. So there is no any options like that. If we'll get 100 projects, definitely I should maintain 100 servers. In that case, if you will get a billions of applications, billions of projects, we should maintain billions of servers. How difficult it is? Even 1, 2, 3 servers maintaining is a too many dependencies are there, as discussed on yesterday. To maintain billions of servers, to support billions of applications, how difficult it is from the physical server? It's a very difficult. And one more example. Example 1, it will not support other OS applications. This is clear. Okay, one more example, guys. This is very important example. Let's suppose my hardware, my RAM is 100 GB. Processor is 100 core, like 100 whatever CPUs. Okay, so you have a server, this one. You got a project. You should implement an application. So application size may be 10 GB. Okay, 10 GB application here. Please come. DevOps class. Yes, please sit there. Okay, so guys, see, out of 100 GB, you have a in your specification, in your bucket, you have a 100 GB RAM, 100 CPU. But in your application, 10 GB is fine. 10 GB is fine. 10 CPU is fine. Okay. Here, what we can understand, we are utilizing 10% of the resource, right or not, for application. We are using here 10% of the application, right? 10% of the resource. What about 90%? What about 90%? So you purchase one laptop. Okay, you purchase high configure laptop, but you are using only for writing. So like, implementing the, like writing a Word files, okay, storing the photos like this way. Is it good? First of all, to storing the data, to do the Word files, PPTs is really required for high configuration laptop? No. Then if you invest your amount for 2 lakhs to a high configuration, but you are doing activities for Word, PPTs like this way, for that minimum configuration laptop is fine. Just for example, here what's going on in the real time, the physical server's point of view, even though your server will support 100 GB RAM, 100 core CPUs, but you are utilizing only 10 GB application size. If you want to host one application, maybe application size are 10 GB, 15 GB, 20 GB, worst case, not for 1 TBs. So the dependencies files also. It is 90% resource is going to waste. If you can understand here. Resource wastage. Resource wastage. Is there any platform to overcome those issues? Is there any platform to overcome those issues? That is called virtualization. By using virtualization, we can overcome the resource wastage. We can allow, on top of one operating system, we can allow multiple operating system. Okay, let's suppose how you can understand. This is the land. Okay, in your land there is a house. Okay, what about this one? Space. So maybe you just for gardening something you are using this space. What about this space? Is going to waste, right? So how you can think, sir, the space we can play cricket, we can play shuttle. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about efficiency. As a DevOps engineer, you should think always efficiency. Okay, you should use the resource. You should always think about efficiency. So here, if you can see here, definitely 75% wasted in the land. Right or not? Land wastage. Here. If you construct one apartment here to cover all the land for 50 floors, you will get so much of returns, right or not? Well, you're utilizing all the area. So you can construct here houses or whatever to use this resource. Sir, is it not good for ventilation? Is it not good for something? I'm not talking about for that level. I'm talking about for efficiency. If I have a resource, I should utilize that resource as a DevOps engineer. No, one application, you can create one more server. If you are increasing the servers, increasing servers may be in your point of view easy task. To maintain the server, it's a very difficult task. Right? That is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Okay, so I will write some definition. Anyone knows virtualization? What is virtualization from experience, guys? I'm fine. Online, what is virtualization? Experience, guys. Here also experienced people are there here. Anyone? All are freshers. All are freshers. No. Then what is virtualization? Only simple. You can say any other way. I'm not asking exact definition. Even I'm also not writing here exact definition. Anyone online? No one? Not a physical. Very good. At least answer is correct. Next. Create server on existing server. Rakesh is very nice. Next. Next, others. Only one Rakesh. Only one Ahmed. Saving data in data marts. This is correct. Not a physical. Bira, Padmaja. Vidya Sagar Sahu. Create servers which is intangible. Correct. Tulsi Ram. Copy. Okay. We are getting different answers. Okay. Even experience or non-IT, whatever. So just I can write some definition here. Virtualization allows, it is a software allows to create multiple VMs. The word is VMs in virtual machines. VMs by sharing host compute hardware. Okay. Okay, guys. So I will just draw one picture here. You can understand. As we know, this is okay. I will write here. So as we know the physical server architecture, we know this is hardware. We know this is hardware. And other is operating system. Okay. And here applications. Okay, here applications. So we know this is operating system. We know this is hardware. Okay. So one more layer came here. What is that layer? That is hypervisor layer. That is hypervisor layer. Very good, Sai. Hypervisor layer. Oh. Hypervisor layer. What is hypervisor here? It's a software only. Just a minute. It's a software only. If you install one hypervisor layer on operating system, okay, so this software will do, please. This software will do, if you can read this sentence, virtualization is a software that is hypervisor, allows to create multiple VMs by sharing host compute hardware. So what we can understand here, host is nothing but your physical machine. Okay, host is nothing but physical machine. Okay, host is nothing but physical machine. So we can create virtual machines by using physical machine hardware. This is important point for your understanding. I'm using hypervisor. I have installed hypervisor on top of my operating system. Which operating system it is? My host mission operating system. My host mission hardware it is. On top of my host mission operating system, I have installed hypervisor. This is called, we have a different vendors we have for to provide hypervisor. Those are VMware, Oracle, Oracle VirtualBox, etc. Okay, so how we can do it, this virtualization? By using these softwares. If you install in your local laptop by using VirtualBox, if you install a VirtualBox by using VirtualBox, it is work like a software. We can create multiple virtual machines. Multiple virtual machines. So what I'm just changing this picture here. I'm deleting this one now. So I have already installed hypervisor. Hypervisor will provide multiple VMs, right? So I'm drawing here VM 1, VM 2. Like that we can install as per your hardware support. I will come to that point. Don't worry. My hardware is, for example, here 100 GB. Again, example 100 CPUs. Okay, 100 CPUs. So we can create multiple VMs will until support your 100 GB 100 CPU. Let's suppose I have created 2 VMs. One is for 50 GB, 50 CPU. And one is for 50 GB, 50 CPU. Okay. So from this, can I create one more virtual machine? No. If you can see the definition, I can create virtual machines by sharing of your compute hardware, that is host machine hardware. My host machine hardware 100 GB, 100 CPU. Already I utilized with the 2 missions. If I want to create one more mission, no, you don't have any space in your hardware, right? Hardware. So what we can understand from this point, I will come to that point. Don't worry, Ahmad. I will come to that point. So what we can understand from this, where we are. Okay, anyway, what? Okay, guys. So if we can see here, we can create 2 virtual machines on top of that to support your hardware. So from this, what we can understand, very, very important point, virtualization is a, physical separation or logical separation, guys? It's a logical separation. I have already installed hypervisor. Okay, I have already installed hypervisor on my laptop, but I haven't break my laptop to create 2 missions. The reason is it's not a physical, it's a logical separation. Physical separation is nothing but what? I should break into my laptop two pieces. One piece is for Linux, one piece is for Windows. Will it work, your laptop, if you can break? So don't try it, okay? So we can do it logical separation by using hypervisor software that can provide by VMware companies or VirtualBox companies. By using those platform, we can create hypervisor on top of your operating system. We can use this resource in two different missions. Like now I can use like a Linux, I can use like a Windows. Getting? In my physical mission, I can create only one type of operating system. It is a Windows or Linux. You should stick on that. But here I'm using my physical server. I'm dividing into two ways, logically dividing into two ways. Like for one is for Linux, one is for Windows. If required, I will show you lab also for this in coming classes. So how we can decide the hypervisor is isolated in separated two, like in two missions. You can decide this mission will need for Linux, this mission will need for Windows. That is up to you. Otherwise, you can create two Windows missions also here. Is there any use to create two Windows missions? No, right? You can create one more Mac mission also here. But I have only one physical mission. By using this physical mission, I'm just creating multiple VMs. Here there is no question. How many VMs we can create, sir? Yes, we can create till support your hardware. Right? Okay. Logical. Very good. Logical. So now here we have a two type of virtualization concepts. Two types, guys. One is for type 1. One is for type 2. Type 1, type 2. May non-IT guys may confuse. No need to worry about this. Just understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay. If you can go through the multiple labs, coming days, you can easily understand the concept. Even I'm going to show you the lab, how to create virtual machine. Okay. Even our entire labs will go on cloud only for easy process. But for our understanding, I'm going to show you one demo for how to create a virtual machine, how to start the different machines on your local laptop. So here, the only difference is type 1, type 2 is, I'll just write here. Type 1, type 2. Okay. Type 2. The only difference, only one difference. I'm not discussing with that difference. I will show you the difference. May you can understand easily. Okay, this is fine. Don't worry. So you tell me, what is the difference for type 1, type 2? Wait, this is not clear. This is also not clear. This is somewhat better. Copy image. You just understand, guys. What is the main difference here? What is the main difference here? Type 1 and type 2. Okay, so we discuss just now, that is type 2 or type 1? Type 1 or type 2? Type 1 or type 2? We discussed just now type 1 or type 2. Type 2, right? If you can see here, there is a layer operating system here, type 2. If you can see here, there is no operating system here. So I'll just remove now. I'll draw a picture now. Okay. If you can see here, the difference between type 1, type 2, this is type 1. Okay. This is type 2. Hardware is common, right? For both. Okay. Hardware is common for both. Next. Here. Type 2. Operating system will come, right? OS. Here. Hardware. Hardware. Here. Hypervisor. If you can see here in the picture, see. Type 1. There is no operating system here, right? Okay. But here, hypervisor will come here, right? Okay. Next, on top of that here, create servers. Those are virtual servers. Again, for your better understanding, I'm drawing here server 1, server 2, so server 3. So here also server 1, server 2, server 3. What are the components is there in the server 1? Again, three components. Like server, it acts as a physical server only, but we are logically separating into two servers, like off. See, if you can see, guys, there is no confuse here. If you can see here, if you can see in this diagram, we have a guest OS is nothing but VM OS. This is host OS. So here, wait. Okay. So I'm talking about now type 2. So type 2, there is a VM1. Here, VM2. Okay, same. VM, there is application inside, right? Application will run. Here also application will run. Here also guest OS is there. So here also guest OS is there. Okay. Here hardware also there. Same like physical machine only. But this hardware sharing from here. Right? How we can share? By enabling hypervisor software. Okay. So now this is application 1. This is application 2. Application 1. Application is nothing but code, guys. Okay. There is a Flipkart will run, right? There is some application that will run backend. Application 1 maybe Linux. Now application 2, Windows. Clear? So in physical machine, it's not possible, right? Physical machine, you should stick on one OS, whatever it is. So if required, I can create one more VM. This time I can host Windows for different application. Here, 3 applications is running. You should have understand 3 applications is running until use this resource. This is very important point. You should note it. Until utilize weekend hardware, we can create multiple VMs. But in physical machine, if you can see in my physical machine, my resource is going to waste, right? I should host only one application, but 90% resource is going to waste. You can think in outside billions of applications running. If you can compare with the physical machine, so how much of hardware is going to waste? Resource wastage, right? Even though what are the dependencies yesterday class we discussed, we should give the support if the run or not. So these are going to wastage. There is no efficiency at all. Maybe if you use the same application size is near to, then okay, I'm okay with that. But all cases is not like that. Clear? Okay. So this is concept of virtualization. This is type 2. So this is usually we can do it in our laptops. In domestic, we can use in the laptops. Example laptop, we can do it. So in laptops, we have an operating system. On top of the operating system, we can use the hypervisor. On top of that hypervisor, we can create the virtual machines. Okay. But type 1. Type 1. Hypervisor install directly on hardware. Directly on hardware. Okay. Directly on hardware. So here, guest OS is there. Hardware will share from here. We can host the application. Otherwise, app 1. App 1. App 2. App 3. Now question to everyone to clear your doubt. I know your doubt what it is. So without operating system, how it will work here? Guys, did I say anywhere, any point in my virtualization? Virtualization is software to allow to create multiple VMs by sharing host compute hardware only, not for OS. I haven't mentioned anywhere for OS, right? Only for hardware. So I'm sharing only hardware only, not for operating system. Clear? So there is no depends on this OS. Even I'm not sharing any OS. If you can see, I'm sharing hardware only from here to here, not OS. Clear? So here, operating system is not required. Then why this is the type 2 is required for? Type 2 is required for us. So definitely, if you want to do any activity in your laptop, definitely operating system is there, right? Without operating system, it will not work. Then we have a provision for operating system. You can install on that hypervisor if required. So in this case, don't confuse. In this case, these 2 VMs will run. The third VM will run, and host mission also run as a host mission. What I'm trying to say here, let's suppose my hardware is here 100 GB. I'm using here 25 GB for one VM, 25 GB for one VM, 25 GB for one VM. So rest I have a space of 25 GB. I can work 25 GB my host machine as a computer, right? So if I install my VM on my local laptop will do its job parallelly, and parallelly my VM also will run. There is no interruptions. But if you can come and type 1, is there any operating system to work as a host machine also to serve the? No, my type 1, we have a VMs here. VMs will serve to host an application. But you just leave about VMs now. I'm talking about host mission. Host mission will not serve anything to outside of world. There is no operating system. So dedicatedly, this host mission will run only VMs. But here, I can run my host mission as a computer, like a server. I can run my VM as a VM also run a server. Otherwise, my laptop will not work if I install hypervisor. I should work on only hypervisor VMs. So press required. Anyway, no issue, Naresh. It will support. Don't worry. Huh? Focus here. Okay. So if you can see here, my type 1, I should directly install an hardware. Right? So this will work enterprise level. Enterprise level. Okay. Now I'm coming to that point. Enterprise level is nothing but real time outside world. We are using type 1 only. Okay. Type 2 is for our usage. We can use in our local laptop. Now I'm talking about type 1. We can discuss very brief here for 15 minutes. How AWS is providing EC2 instances. How Azure is providing VMs. How GCP is providing VMs. The backend, they will follow this concept. Type 1. It doesn't mean they are creating all physical servers and provide you. They are also doing the same activity. Cloud, see, till now we have discussed 2 evaluations. One is for physical server. That is done. Now virtualization, right? That is this one also done. We have a 2 type of virtualization, type 1, type 2. Type 1 is for there is no OS. Directly we are installing the hardware. Type 2, we have installed on a hypervisor on top of the OS. The both will work. Next, third evolution is cloud. Okay. So why cloud here? Sir, can we do it in the same process in real time? I mean, in our premises? Why we should stick on the cloud? Question to everyone. We can maintain one physical server, big physical server. I should install hypervisor on top of my hardware. I can host multiple VMs instead of migrating into cloud. Then can we do it right now? Sorry, can we do it like that? Why we should migrate it into cloud now? This is the question. We have an option. Instead of maintaining physical, sir, you are saying maintaining physical server is a very burden. The dependencies, so many things we should follow. But here we should maintain one physical server. I can create multiple VMs. So in your company, can you do it like that? Many people are saying cost effect. See guys, that's the reason I'm saying operating system, there is no any dependent for virtualization. Okay. For type 1. Type 2, we are using the provision. See, with the type 2 also without operating system, it will work. But our system will not work later. You should install directly on the top of hardware in type 2 also. But in your laptop, it won't work. There is no operating system. VMs will work in your laptop, but your laptop will not work. But here, no need to work any system separately like a VM, apart VMs. Okay. VMs only will run here. Here VMs will run and laptop also will run some do job. Because of we are doing the local in your laptop. Okay. So now question is, many people are saying answer is cost effective. Yes, right, cost effective. That is also correct. Even one host mission, we are hosting different VMs, right? Okay. Let's suppose this host mission may crash. What happened? Entire VMs may crash or not? Then you should maintain very carefully your host mission. You should take care of many things. Okay. Even though this hardware will support for 3 VMs. If you need 100 VMs, you should maintain 30 host missions according for sharing your hardware. Let's suppose if this host mission may crash, all the projects running on your VMs will going to down. So how difficult it is to maintain? See, AWS also maintain the same process only, but their job only to do this job only, to maintain servers efficient way, since they are a provider for AWS. But our job here, not only maintain the server, we should develop the projects, we should do the activities, we should do the testing, everything we should do, right? It's a job of 10% only server maintenance as IT employees. Remaining we should focus our, as a parental platform is 90% is IT, right? We should focus on the develop the projects. We should focus the main testing, automation. Along with that, why we need to maintain here? Focus are here. My server is working or not? The housekeeping is clean or not? My transformer working or not? Is this really difficult process to do that, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. We have an option. AWS is saying, not AWS, cloud is saying, why you are facing this many of troubles? Give your job to me. You should focus your entire concentrate on your projects. Okay. Whatever you are looking the platform, I will provide to you. Take this option, utilize this option, you can do your activities. Clear what I'm trying to say here? Clear what I'm trying to say? Let's suppose there is no work in your, like, so for example, you purchase a one car, guys, but there is not at all work with the car. For one time job, you purchase a car. Is it good? Instead of purchasing, you just go and hire car for 1 day rent. Costing, right? Costing. If you take purchase a car for 1 day work, it's very difficult to maintain, right? Without using the car, even though you should proper maintenance is required for the car. So here, what I'm trying to say here, AWS is saying, why you are doing this activity in your area? Actually, your comes from focus on main on projects, IT development work, IT testing work. You should do the focus on that. To doing some misoperation, entire projects is going to down. Clients are behind on you. This is not at all good. There's a reason nowadays cloud is more popular. The reason is no need to worry about the resources. We should more focus on the work. Clear what I'm trying to say here? So for better understanding what I'm trying to say here, I will draw one more architecture to understand how AWS or Azure GCP will provide. Okay. Okay, update from Rajesh. I'm also copying these links. If anyone joined today, please take these links and go through the demo links for last 3 days. This is 4th day. If you have any doubts, do let me know so that I can connect with you. Even. Okay, guys, just leave it. Okay, clear? Is this, anyone has any doubts so far? No, right? So how AWS is providing now? So AWS also, like on premises, let's suppose AWS, I will discuss global architecture in 1 day, but we are in the virtualization concept for, I'm just explaining here only. AWS, there is a Mumbai region in India. Mumbai region in India. And Hyderabad also there, but add to up the region. So as of now, we are discussing Mumbai. Okay, there is a region in Mumbai. Mumbai region is nothing but AWS to provide services to India. They're maintaining servers in Mumbai. They're operating from the Mumbai. You can understand like that way. So VMs is nothing but you cannot see VMs in our point of view is a virtual missions, but AWS point of view, there is a missions in Mumbai. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is a Mumbai, for example, it's a data centers. Data centers contains number of servers, right? Consist of number of servers, right? So how they are maintaining the AWS Mumbai region? Same, how we can explain the same process. Layer 1, layer 2. Okay, hardware. Here, hypervisor. But you can understand here, hypervisor here, they are using AWS hypervisor. The name is, anyone knows? Zen hypervisor AWS is using. Not for Oracle VirtualBox VM. Okay, those are different. Zen. AWS is using Zen or Nitro, but updated one is Zen. You can use Nitro also. Okay. So they can use Nitro also. Depends on the configurations. So now From on top of this hypervisor, they are creating the VMs. Okay. So AWS also maintain the hypervisor concept only. They are not maintaining for each VM one servers, but they're maintain efficient way. Their job only to do the maintain efficient way. There is no other job for them, like IT people. Now, how you can understand, guys, in your account, in your AWS account, if you just open on your AWS account, if you open an AWS account, okay, I will share you my screen here. Instance. Just leave about those steps what I'm discussing here. Just leave it. Just I will show you to create one instance only. Don't worry, I will explain everything in the coming classes. Test instance. OS. Select which OS it is. Amazon Linux. So how much RAM is required? 1 GB, 2 GB RAM, 1 CPU. Accordingly, you can select. See, all steps just keep as is. Keep here. Okay, authentication. We can discuss each step, so how it will, everything. Don't worry. So one instance is created, right? One server is created, right? So from Hyderabad, I have created one server. From my point of view, there is no server in Hyderabad. It's a virtual server in my point of view. But this server is there where? Mumbai. The server is running in Mumbai, but I'm accessing from Hyderabad. You can think like that. Okay. Now I'm going to here. I have created one EC2, right? Test EC2. This is the test EC2. I'm accessing from Hyderabad. Okay. Next, other people can access from Vizag, maybe. They run one instance. They have created one more instance. They will allocate one more instance. So other people, they can allocate like that. AWS is managing giving the instance. EC2 is nothing, but there is no server in that. It's a virtual mission. AWS is managing in this way. This is for only Mumbai region, like that globally distributed AWS. I'm not saying only one physical host mission they are going to maintain. Billions of missions. On top of that, billions of VMs will come. You can create crores of VMs. The system will support, the host mission will support accordingly. Sir, as you said, host mission may crash, entire VMs will crash, right, sir? As you said only, my heroes will do it, right, sir? But they will maintain the same copies in different ways. For your understanding, means replicas they will create. They can create the same host mission, different region, different copies, different availability zones. If one mission goes down, you will get it from the same update from the other regions, other availability zones. We can discuss in the AWS class very clearly, but for your understanding, I'm saying this one only. Okay, this is type 1. There is no OS, but while I'm creating EC2 instances, I should select all the required steps, right? How much RAM it required, how much the CPU is required, everything I have tested, right? Accordingly, my instance configurations will come from this hardware. Okay, let's suppose here hardware is for 100 GB. I selected, if you can see, I have selected 1 GB RAM, right? So 99 GB is left here. Till 99 GB, I can create the servers on top of my host mission. If someone create 100 GB, may this host mission already done with the one VM, then request will go to next host mission. That is taken care by AWS. It's not your job. You need only requirements. I need this operating system. I need this 1 GB RAM. That's it. The request where it will go, where it will come, it's not your job. It's not your cup of tea, right? I need mission. That's it. I need EC2 mission. That's it, guys. Where it's running, who's there maintaining, what's the power supply they are using. It's not our cup of tea, right? It's not our job. Our job is only for EC2 is running or not, server is there or not. I'll just connect the server. I implement the applications. I'll write an application. I host an application. That's it. Clear? But in physical way, physical server, If you can see, what is this? Okay, this is AWS class. If you can see, in physical server, even I should more focus on my server is running or not, the dependency is working or not, my power supply working or not, my ventilation system working or not, my manpower will come or not. Everything I should, as a team, I'm not a team lead, at least at that time, maybe manager. As a manager, definitely they should think, right? At least TCS admin team, they should think, right? Along with the project, they should take care of server, the dependencies, cooling system, ventilation system, server resources, and new server build. Everything they should take care of the backend. But here, no, you can create EC2 mission. That's it. Immediately EC2 is going to create the backend, everything taken care by AWS. We don't know. It's not our job where they are giving, but their job is to provide server. That's it. Okay. So if you can go my previous class yesterday, Flipkart is ready to give project to TCS. TCS already handling Amazon project. Now TCS saying that I don't have enough resources. I need some time to build the resources. Now in this case, just max 1 second, 2 seconds, we can create the servers. We can do the work. Once work done, not require these servers, you can delete it immediately. Okay. Rest all the taking care by AWS. Create, delete, use. That's it. Pay as you go. Okay. Create and use it. Okay, Sweta, I'm not going to cover Azure also. Okay. Only AWS will cover. Yes, I'm reading this question, MM. See, guys, my intention is here. What you can understand, I'm not going to involve any Azure. Azure also cloud provider. AWS also cloud provider. GCP also cloud provider. If you know AWS, if you know AWS services, at least 50 services, you can learn Azure those 50 services in 1 week of time. The reason is the functioning and everything is same. The terminology is different. If you can, I'm calling AWS server is like a EC2 instances, but in Azure, I'm calling VM. But Azure VM also required operating system. Everything is required. Those are the steps are required for Azure also. But the name terminology is different only. So do you mean the Azure server is not working without OS? It's working without OS? No, right? Same process. The operating system, HP laptop also works same. Mac also works same. Dell also works same. But the configuration step, maybe approach is different, but function is same. I'm not going to explain entire DevOps class in Azure. I'm going to explain only AWS. But for a better understanding, generally I'm saying only. Okay. Next, anyone has any questions? Exactly, sir. At least for virtual machine work, there is a one OS available, not physical, but to work with the VMs also allocate so variable some. Yes. Okay. Anyone has any doubts? Any questions? How cloud providers is providing server to us? They're maintaining virtualization. They are using Zen hypervisor. That's it. How virtualization machine will work? We have a two type of virtualization concepts. We can install a hypervisor on top of my laptops or on server. We can achieve the servers. Just quickly, give me just 2 minutes. I'll show you here one virtualization concept. This is my Windows laptop, right? This is my Windows laptop. If you can see, I have already installed Oracle VirtualBox. Is the provider, right? Hypervisor provider. I'll just switch on my hypervisor. Run. So on my Windows, I'm going to create new mission. Add new mission. Wait. Add new mission. You can create any mission here. But which mission you are going to create? Mac mission, Linux mission, Windows mission. The backend, there is an image, right? Each operating system, there is image, right? You should download that image and select here the path of the image accordingly mission is going to create. Right? See, I have already installed my Linux image in my local laptop. If I give this path to my local laptop, if you can see here, this is my Ubuntu image. I'm going to create Linux mission on my Windows. Okay. Okay. I have just given here as a path. You can give here any path, no issue. So if you can see here name, you can give test. I'm going to create one virtual machine on top of my Windows machine. Which machine it is? Linux machine. You can give username, password, next. See, if you can see this tab, hardware, sharing 4 MB from my hardware system, taking CPU from my CPUs, taking one CPU. If required to, you can increase. Next, see if you can see hard disk. What is this? Hard disk. Hardware contains what, guys? What are the components required in hardware? 3 components: CPUs, RAM, hard disk. Okay, 3 steps done, right? Is there any step I have given for OS? No. Virtualization shares only hardware. Next, finish it. See, my machine is ready now. Up and running now. Using my Windows system hardware, by help of hypervisor, I'm creating one more mission, that is Linux mission. That's it. Sir, can we do it type 1 virtualization here? Yes, we can do it. For that, operating system is not required. We can directly on the bare metal, on top of your bare metal of hardware, we can directly just add a one layer, hypervisor layer. They will do that. If I can do that, my laptop will not work for Windows as a Windows. There is no operating system in my Windows. If I can do that, so I can work only this VM only. Clear what I'm trying to say? See, my machine is up and running. It will take for at least half an hour time. If you want to see, my machine already there. Previous mission. If you want to see, you can start here. So this is the process virtualization concept. So in real time, DevOps people will work always cloud environment. Okay. There is a projects, 2% of the projects in the outside, 2% of the projects outside, they are working still on physical virtual missions. But 90% projects are in cloud. Okay. That is the reason I'm saying you should learn cloud. Clear? Why we are learning cloud here? This is the process. Our entire environment, entire applications, we are going to host in cloud servers. Okay. I will finish it in 5 minutes, 2 minutes, don't worry. See, this is my Linux dashboard now. Okay. And this is my Windows. On top of my Windows, I have installed Linux. See, this is my Firefox for Windows. This is my Firefox for Linux. Mission inside mission. To save our resource. To do this activity, I can do one more way. What is that? I can go in the laptop shop. I can purchase new laptop for Linux laptop. Is it really required to do that? So cost effective. It's efficiency, not efficiency. We do that. We can use the resource by using this hypervisor. Clear, everyone? Is anyone has any doubt? So I can do it anything here. How can we identify that VM has hypervisor layer or not? Naresh, you are from which background? Non-IT. I mean BTech or degree background? Triple E. Oh my God, I'm also triple E background. So I'm not going to tell you anything now. Okay, guys, one request to everyone. Okay. Okay, leave it, guys. This is not a right time. I will talk later. Okay, anyway. So is it clear, everyone? Is it everyone? Guys, before asking anything, there is a way, okay? Just I'm saying, maybe you don't know the process. You don't know the approach. Just request to everyone. You know, in interviews also, if you're asking to someone, even your friend also, there is a way to ask. Okay. Can you please provide the material? Can you please share the screenshots? Share content. I want PPT. I want cloud. I want CACD. I'm seeing this message since last 4 days. But I know, maybe you don't know. But I'm saying, I'm not commenting to anyone. This is the time to you improve your skills. Okay, even I'm sharing one example, guys, real-time example. My manager taking one interview, took one interview. Okay, he asked one question to interview person. So he didn't understand the question. At least he did not understand the question. There is a way to ask to manager to repeat the question. I did not understand your question. Can you repeat? He asked same way. What? I did not your question. Can you repeat? Immediately disconnect the interview. I asked to my manager why. There is a way to ask, right? There is a way. The way is you just address the manager name. Hi. If you don't mind, can you repeat the question? I missed something in your question. This is the way. Please don't do that, guys. You know more knowledge. You have a good stuff. Don't with these simple things, you lost the interview, lost the job. Okay. Don't do that. Please. It's my sincere request to everyone. It's not a comment. It's my advice. Okay. Bye, guys. I will share the content to everyone. Nice day to everyone. Bye.